A healthy digestive system produces a healthy body and a healthy mind. The Indian systems of medicine consider that most of the disorders and diseases arise out of a malfunctioning of the digestive system. It is taught that the disorders of psychosomatic nature, the Adija Vyadi, they settle down in the body as disorders and diseases due to either underdigestion, ajiranatvam, overdigestion, atijiranatvam, or wrong digestion, kujiranatvam. Correction of digestive disorders is essential for overall health. Healthy pranic flow into the abdominal area produces healthy digestion, and healthy digestion produces good health at all levels of existence. In this presentation, we introduce the Surya Namaskar, an excellent practice to help normalize the metabolic function of the body. The Surya Namaskar helps the digestive system function at its best. Different asanas that improve the circulation in the abdominal region are also introduced. Practices such as the Pavanamuktasana that help to release the gas that may have accumulated in the intestines is also introduced. A very important practice, the Janu Sarvangasana, is also introduced. This helps improve the function of the liver. The liver is the mainstay in the digestive process, and when the liver is healthy, digestion is healthy. Different pranayamas such as the Kriya pranayama, where we simulate the dog pant, and when we do that dog panting breathing, we are stimulating the diaphragm. When the diaphragm moves up and down, a healthy massage of all the abdominal organs is produced. Many of the digestive disorders are stress based, and many of them can be relieved just by the yogic relaxation. Yogic relaxation, the pranayama practice, and the meditative practices help reduce the stress that may have caused the digestive imbalance. We have given many practices in this presentation. You may not be able to do all of them at the same time. We advise that you consult a qualified yoga therapist. They will be able to guide you as to how to make a schedule out of these practices. A schedule that depends on your age, gender, and physical abilities. Such a schedule, when practiced regularly with dedication, surely will provide healthy digestive system. And as I said earlier, a healthy digestive system gives us a healthy life, and a healthy life is surely a happy life. I wish you all the best in this journey from that state of ill health to the dynamic state of optimal good health. Namaskar.
Rishikesh Surya Namaskar. Rishikesh Surya Namaskar, the yogic sun salutation, is a series of 12 physical postures. These alternating backward and forward bending postures flex and stretch the spinal column through their maximum range, giving a profound stretch to the whole body. The basic breathing principle is to inhale during upward and backward bending postures and exhale during forward bending postures. One full round consists of the 12 poses done twice in sequence. Practice 3 to 9 rounds of the Surya Namaskar daily for maximum benefit. When the same movements are done little quickly, the gain is more physical. And when they are done slowly with breath awareness, the gain is more mental and spiritual. Stand erect with your feet close together. Perform namaskar mudra by joining your palms together in front of your chest. Breathe in and stretch your arms over your head into the Anjali mudra and then arch your back. Feel the healthy stretch in your whole body. Breathe out and bend forward while bringing your hands back to the chest in Namaskar Mudra. Perform the Padahastasana by bringing your head to your knees while keeping your hands on either side of your feet. Breathe in and extend your right leg back until it is as straight as possible and you are balanced on your toes and hands. Your left leg should be bent with the sole flat on the ground. Lift your head and bend back and open up your chest. This is the Sanchalana, the equestrian posture. While breathing out, bring your left leg back towards the right and keep the feet just a foot apart with your heels flat to the ground. Simultaneously, raise your buttocks and lower your head between your arms so that your body forms a triangle with the ground. This is the Asana or the mountain posture. While maintaining the posture, take a deep inhalation. While breathing out, drop both knees to the ground and slowly slide the body down at an angle and bring your chest and chin to the ground. 8 parts of your body, namely your toes, knees, chest, hands and chin should touch the ground while the buttocks are kept up. Breathe in and come into Bhujangasana, the cobra posture. Focus your awareness at the base of your spine and feel a healthy stretch in your back and neck. Exhale and come back to the Asana, the mountain posture. This strengthens the arms and legs as well as the spinal column. Inhale and bring your right leg forward in between your hands while keeping your left leg in its original position to perform the Sanchalana. Breathe out and bring your left foot forward to come into the Padahastasana. Breathe in and come up and perform the Anjali Mudra and bend backwards. Breathe out and come back to the standing while bringing your hands back to the chest in Namaskar Mudra. To perform the Rishikesh Surya Namaskar on the opposite side, perform the practice again with a slight modification. To complete the other half, the same movements are repeated except that the left leg is brought back while performing the Sanchalana the first time. The other postures such as Asana, Ashtanga Bhumi Sparsha and Bhujangasana are done in the same manner. When coming back to the Sanchalana, the left foot is brought forward and then the Padahasta is performed by joining the right foot to the left. Breathe in and come up and perform the Anjali Mudra and bend backwards. Breathe out and come back to the standing while bringing your hands back to the chest in Namaskar Mudra. And finally relaxing in the Samasthiti with deep breathing. Trikonasana. Stand in Samasthiti Asana. Place your feet 2 to 3 feet apart and stretch the arms to the sides so that they are pulling the chest in opposite directions. Turn to the right side and slowly bring the right hand down to the right foot and place the palm of the right hand on the ground in front of the right foot. Look up at the middle finger of the left hand. Let the entire torso get a good twist and stretch. Hold the position for 30 seconds while performing deep breathing. Release and come back up to the open arm position. And then do the opposite side by placing your left hand down in front of the left foot. Hold the position for 30 seconds while performing deep breathing. When ready, slowly come back up to the Samastitiasana and relax with a few rounds of deep breathing. Parsvakonasana. Stand in Samastitiasana. Place your feet 3 feet apart and stretch your arms to the sides. Turn to the right and bend your right knee. Bring your right hand down to the right foot and place the palm on the ground in front of the foot. Look up at the middle finger of the left hand. Let the entire torso get a good twist and stretch. Stretch your left arm over the head and continue to look at the middle finger of the left hand. Hold the position for 10 to 30 seconds while performing deep breathing. Release and come back up to the wide arm position in the same manner as you have gone into the posture. Repeat on the opposite side by taking your left hand down in front of the left foot and then stretching your right arm over your head. Hold the posture for 10 to 30 seconds with relaxed breathing. Come back to the Samastitiasana step by step and then relax with a few rounds of deep. Padahastasana. Take a firm Samastitiasana with your weight balanced on your feet. Spread your feet apart and stand in a steady manner. Lift your arms up to the shoulder level and stretch them to the sides as if they are pulling your chest in opposite directions. Breathe in and stretch your arms upward, keeping them parallel to each other above your head. Breathe out and slowly bring your hands down until they are touching the ground in between your feet. Breathe in and lift your head and give a healthy stretch to your entire back. Breathe out and place your head on the ground in between the legs with your hands placed palm down on the ground on either side of your head. Hold the position for 50 to 20 seconds. When ready, release the posture by lifting the head on an in-breath. Then slowly lift the hands over the head and come back to the standing position in a slow and steady manner. Relax in the Samastitiasana with a few rounds of deep breathing. Garudasana. Stand in a steady and comfortable Samastitiasana. Perform the Garudasana by balancing on your left leg while bringing your right leg across and around the left so that both legs are intertwined. Now perform the Garudahasta Mudra by crossing your right hand over the left so as to intertwine both hands and twist them up to your face level. Garudasana provides a slow and sustained stretch to the muscles of the arms and legs that produces an excellent relaxation response in these tissues. When ready, slowly release the foot and hand positions and come back to the Samastitiasana for some deep breathing and relaxation. Repeat the practice by performing it on the opposite side in order to also attain the healthy musculoskeletal benefits on that side of your body too. Garudasana stretches the spinal column and helps alleviate musculoskeletal problems of the back and extremities. When ready, slowly release the foot and hand positions and come back to the Samastitiasana for some deep breathing and relaxation. Vajrasana. To perform this asana, sit on the ground with both your legs stretched out in front. Slowly bend both your knees and come into a kneeling posture. Gently sit down on your heels so as to put the weight of your entire body on your heels and ankles. Try to keep the ankles and heels of both feet as close together as possible. Sit straight with your spine erect and both your palms on the respective thighs. Perform a few rounds of deep and controlled breathing while in this posture. Vajrasana, the thunderbolt posture, is an invigorating posture that helps us to generate and conserve the vital pranic energies for health and well-being. This posture may be done after any meal as it helps to improve the digestive process greatly. When ready, slowly come back up onto the knees and then relax by sitting on the ground with your feet stretched out in front. Shake your feet a few times and then thump your thighs to relieve the legs of any accumulated tension. Sapurna Shashasana. Sit in Vajrasana and bring your hands forward to place your forearms on the ground with palms facing down and your elbows touching the knees. Raise your head and bend your back as much as possible. Breathe in and out as deeply as possible for 3 to 6 rounds. Feel the positive tension that develops against your diaphragm as you breathe deeply in this position. After a few rounds of deep breathing, release your head and let it dangle forward for some relaxation. Repeat this incomplete rabbit posture with breath awareness twice more to complete a set of 3 rounds at each sitting. After performing the practice as required, release the pose and come back to Vajrasana. Perform some head rolling and head turning to release any strain that may have accumulated in your neck during the practice. Dharmikasana. Sit in Vajrasana and bend forward until the forehead touches the ground with the nose in between the knees. Keep your arms alongside your body and catch hold of your heels. Let your elbows relax to the ground and concentrate on the point of the forehead that is touching the ground. Slowly come back to the Vajrasana on an in-breath and relax with some deep abdominal breathing for a few minutes. Ustrasana. Ustrasana, the camel posture, is done from the heel-sitting Vajrasana. On an incoming breath, raise your body off your heels and come up onto your knees. Keep your eyes open and slowly back bend. Take your hands back and catch hold of your heels with your hands. Push your lower back forward to help attain a good posture. Once you have reached this final position, do half a dozen forceful bhastrikas or bellows-like breaths with total awareness on the movements of your diaphragm. Breathe in through your nose and blast out through your mouth. This practice is known as the Nasarka Mukha Bhastrika. Slowly sit down while breathing out and come back to the Vajrasana. Repeat the practice 2 more times. It is important that you keep your eyes open in order to avoid fainting or falling over, especially in the beginning, as your brain has to get used to the new patterns of circulation that occur in this posture. The camel posture stretches the spinal column and produces a healthy spine and resilient back muscles. It helps strengthen the diaphragm and the solar plexus by building up physical power, endurance, and resistance to diseases. It also massages and stimulates the abdominal organs through the extensive movements of the diaphragm. Slowly come back to the Vajrasana and relax with some deep abdominal breathing for a few minutes. Danda Kriya. Danda Kriya is a systematic and rational movement that energizes the entire spinal column. It also helps us to unite our breath with our body movement and thus corrects numerous psychosomatic ailments. Sit in Vajrasana and take in a deep breath. Breathe out and slowly lower your head to the ground in the Dharmikasana. On the next incoming breath, slowly raise your buttocks up into the Purna Shashasana. Lower your buttocks while breathing out and come into the Dharmikasana. Slowly come back to the Vajrasana while breathing in and then breathe out while sitting in the Vajrasana. On the next incoming breath, slowly come up onto your knees and bend your back to perform Sapurna Ustrasana, the incomplete camel posture, with your hands dangling loose at the side of your body. Keep your eyes open to avoid feeling dizzy and slowly come back to the Vajrasana while breathing out. This completes one round of the Danda Kriya. Repeat this Kriya a minimum of 3 to 6 rounds at each session for maximum benefit. The Danda Kriya is an excellent practice to develop spinal health and relax the mind. It is important that you make sure that you are breathing while you are moving, as the most important aspect of this practice is to unify your body movements and your breath cycle. This helps to restore the vital mind-body connection and produces sound health and well-being. After completing 3 to 6 rounds of the practice, slowly relax in Vajrasana with deep and relaxed breathing. Vakrasana. Sit erect with your legs stretched out in the uttanasana. Bend your right knee and place the right foot by the side of the left knee. Turn to your right and place your right hand on the ground behind you to support your erect position. Bring your left arm round the outer side of the right knee and catch hold of the right big toe. Turn your head and look back over your right shoulder. The erect knee acts as a fulcrum for getting maximum twist of the spine. Keep your torso as straight as possible. Hold the posture for 10 to 30 seconds with soft breathing. Release the posture and come back to the uttanasana. Repeat the practice on the opposite side. This posture gives an excellent massage to the abdominal organs and is very useful for those suffering from diabetes as well as digestive disorders. It is also useful for back and neck problems. Matsyasana. Sit erect with both legs stretched out in front and your palms gently pressing on the ground by your side. Fold your right knee and place the heel tight in against the perineum. Place your left foot by the side of your right thigh by crossing it over the knee. Bring your right hand over the outer side of the left knee, passing between the chest and the knee, and catch hold of the left big toe. Take your left hand around your back and try to get a grip on your right thigh. Look back over your left shoulder. The erect knee acts as a fulcrum for getting maximum twist of the spine. Keep your trunk vertical and hold the posture for 10 to 30 seconds with soft breathing. Release and come back to the uttanasana. Repeat on the opposite side. This posture gives an excellent massage to the abdominal organs and is very useful for those suffering from diabetes as well as digestive disorders. When you are ready, slowly release the posture and come back to the uttanasana. Ekapada Padahastasana. From Shavasana, lift your right leg up towards the sky on the in-breath. Try not to bend the knee if possible. On the out-breath, lower the leg back to the ground. Use a breath cycle of in and out for a count of 6 or 8. Repeat this 2 more times. Perform the same practice on the left side. Lift your left leg up towards the sky on the in-breath. Try not to bend the knee if possible. On the out-breath, lower the leg back to the ground. Use a breath cycle of in and out for a count of 6 or 8. Repeat this 2 more times. After performing the practice at least 3 times on each side, relax in Shavasana with deep breathing. Those who have back problems should not do straight leg lifting and should do it with bent knee instead to avoid increasing the strain on the back. Dwipada Padahasana. From Shavasana, lift both legs up towards the sky on the in-breath. Try not to bend the knees if possible. On the out-breath, lower the legs back to the ground. Use a breath cycle of in and out for a count of 6 or 8. Repeat this 2 more times. And then relax in Shavasana with deep breathing. Those who have back problems should not do straight leg lifting and should do it with bent knees instead to avoid increasing the strain on the back. Uttanasana. From Shavasana, lift your head on the in-breath. Lower your head on the out-breath. Use a breath cycle of in and out for a count of 6 or 8. Repeat this 2 more times and then relax in Shavasana with deep breathing. Pavanamuktasana. Lie down in a comfortable Shavasana and start to breathe in and out for an equal count of 6 or 8. To perform the single leg Ekapada Pavanamuktasana, bend and lift your right knee while breathing in and simultaneously also lift your head off the ground. Catch hold of your knee and try to touch your knee to your forehead. Hold the position for a few seconds and then while breathing out, slowly release the position and lower your head while at the same time bringing your foot back to the ground. Perform the practice on the opposite side by bringing the left knee to the forehead. Hold the position for a few seconds and then slowly release the position and lower your head while at the same time bringing your foot back to the ground. Repeat this at least 2 more times to complete a set of 3 rounds of the practice. This practice helps relieve the stress and tension that tends to accumulate in the abdominal region. It is also useful to prevent and control the various joint disorders that afflict the limbs and the abdominal organs. Relax in Shavasana for a few minutes with deep and rhythmic breathing while concentrating on your abdominal area that will help to relax you further. To perform the double leg Dwipada Pavanamuktasana, bend and lift both your knees while breathing in. Bring them as close to your forehead as possible while simultaneously raising your head to meet the knees. Hold a few seconds and then while breathing out, lower your head and simultaneously bring your feet back to the ground. Repeat this 2 more times to complete a set of 3 rounds at each session. The Pavanamuktasanas help to prevent and relieve joint pains, gas troubles, and abdominal problems such as indigestion and constipation. They are also useful for persons suffering from diabetes mellitus as well as liver disorders. When ready, relax in Shavasana for a few minutes with deep and rhythmic breathing while concentrating on your abdominal area. Jathara parivartanasana. Lie down in Shavasana and stretch both arms out on the respective sides to make a cross-like figure. Breathe in and lift your right leg up towards the sky as in the Ekapada Padasana. Breathe out and slowly lower your right leg over your body until the right foot is on the left hand. Breathe in and turn your head to the right. Breathe out and bring your head back to the center. Breathe in and lift your right leg back to the original position. Breathe out and lower the leg back down to the ground. Relax for a few seconds. Repeat the practice 2 more times. To perform the opposite side, breathe in and lift your left leg up towards the sky. Breathe out and slowly lower your left leg over your body until the left foot is on the right hand. Breathe in and turn your head to the left. Breathe out and bring your head back to the center. Breathe in and lift your left leg back to the original position. Breathe out and lower the leg back down to the ground. Repeat the practice 2 more times. Please note that those who have back problems should not do straight leg lifting and should do it with bent knee instead to avoid increasing the strain on the back. Once you have completed the practice on both sides, bring your hands back to the sides and relax in Shavasana for some time. Sarvangasana. Lie down in Shavasana, breathe in and lift both legs at a time until you are in the Dwipada uttanasana. Continue the upward motion and lift your back off the ground using both arms to support the lower back. Keep your trunk and legs in a straight line by supporting the entire trunk on the shoulders. Breathe in a shallow manner while concentrating on the healthy pressure at the throat region. Release the posture after 10 to 15 seconds and while breathing out, slowly come back to the Shavasana. Roll your head from side to side to ease away any pressure that may have accumulated in the neck. After short relaxation, repeat the practice 2 more times. Sarvangasana stimulates the endocrine system and is especially good for the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is in charge of body metabolism, and increased metabolic activity burns up the excess calories effectively. Those suffering from neck problems and infections of the head and neck region must avoid Sarvangasana. Janu Sarvangasana. Lie down in Shavasana. On the in-breath, raise both legs together and come into the Sarvangasana. Keep the trunk and legs in a straight line by supporting the trunk on the shoulders. Breathe in a shallow manner while concentrating on the pressure at the throat. To perform the Eka Janu Sarvangasana, breathe out and bend the right leg. Try to touch your forehead with your right knee. Keep the sole of the right foot against the front of the opposite thigh. Breathe in and out for a few rounds and feel the healthy pressure over the right upper abdominal liver area. When ready, release the position and bring the leg back up into the Sarvangasana while breathing in. Do the same on the left side by bending the left leg to bring the knee to the forehead. Breathe in and out a few times and feel the pressure over the spleen area of the left upper abdomen. Release the position and bring the leg back up into the Sarvangasana while breathing in. To perform the Janu Sarvangasana, the double knee to head action, breathe out and bend both legs until both knees are touching the forehead with the feet pointing upwards. Breathe in and out a few times and feel the healthy pressure over the entire abdominal area. All organs of the abdominal cavity are given an excellent massage with a tremendous improvement in circulation, thus helping your digestive system to function at its best. When ready, release the position and come back to the Sarvangasana while breathing in. Those who have neck problems shouldn't do this posture as it may aggravate the neck pain. Relax into the Shavasana and enjoy a period of well-deserved relaxation. Perform a few rounds of deep breathing and roll your head from side to side to ease away any pressure that may have accumulated in the neck. Viparita karani. From the supine Shavasana, slowly lift both your legs up as if performing the Sarvangasana. However, the weight of your body should be balanced on your elbows and arms and not on your shoulders. Viparita karani is the shoulder stand-like mudra where the weight of the body is supported by the elbows while the hands are placed against the pelvic girdle. Hold the posture in a comfortable manner and then start to perform the incomplete and complete actions of this mudra. Perform the incomplete action by taking a deep inhalation and bringing your straightened legs towards your head so that your body makes an acute angle. Then perform the completed action by pushing your legs away while exhaling the breath. Make sure that your feet are extended in a rigid position, making an obtuse angle. Breathe in, bringing your feet towards your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out, pushing your feet away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue the practice for a minimum of 3 to 9 rounds of this alternation between the incomplete and complete postures with the breath cycle at every session. This mudra promotes a healthy metabolic function by stimulating the pancreas and the uptake of insulin by cells of the body. It is highly recommended for the prevention, control, and possible cure of conditions such as diabetes mellitus and imbalances of the thyroid gland. It is also useful to reduce prolapsed organs such as the uterus or rectum back into their normal location. When ready, slowly bring your legs down to the ground in a phased manner and enjoy a quiet period of relaxation in the Shavasana. Halasana. From Shavasana, lift both legs up towards the sky on the in-breath. Take the legs over the head until the toes touch the ground beyond the head. Do not bend the knees. Stretch the arms out behind the back or hold on the lower back with the elbows on the ground. Breathe in a shallow manner while concentrating on the healthy pressure region. Those who have neck problems shouldn't do this posture as it may aggravate the neck pain. Release the posture after 10 to 15 seconds and while breathing out, slowly come back to the Shavasana. Roll your head from side to side to ease away any pressure that may have accumulated in the neck. Matsyasana. Sit straight with your legs stretched out in front. Fold up your legs and perform the Padmasana. Bend your elbows and relax backwards until your elbows are flat on the ground. Use your hands to lift the shoulders off the ground in an exaggerated back bend until your entire weight is balanced on the top of your head. If possible, catch hold of your toes with your fingers and bring both your elbows down to the ground. Perform 3 to 9 rounds of deep breathing in this position. When ready, return back to the Padmasana in a careful step-by-step manner. Unlock your feet and stretch them forward into the uttanasana and then slowly return to the supine Shavasana. A couple of rounds of head rolling from side to side in Shavasana can help release any pent-up tension in the neck that may occur after performing the fish posture. Navasana. Lie down in Shavasana with your arms by your sides. While breathing in, slowly come up to the uttanasana. Hold in the breath and raise both feet off the ground until the toes are in line with the nose. This is the Navasana, the boat posture. The hands are placed alongside the legs for maximum benefit. On an outgoing breath, slowly lower the feet to the ground and recline back, allowing each vertebra of the spine to return to the ground as though the treads of a caterpillar tractor. After short relaxation, repeat the practice 2 more times. The abdominal and thigh muscles are toned up in a healthy manner by the regular practice of Navasana. A massive supply of blood is also sent down into the pelvic area by the healthy tension of holding this posture. Lie down in Shavasana and relax for some time with deep breathing. Paschimottanasana. Sit in Uttanasana, breathe in and raise your arms over your head. Clasp the fingers together and turn them up to perform Dandasana. Slowly bend forward with emphasis on your lower back until you can catch your big toes with your index finger and thumb. Stretch up and then bend further forward until your face rests on your knees. Hold the posture for 10 to 30 seconds with gentle breathing. When ready, release the fingers and stretch back up into the Dandasana. Come back to the Uttanasana. Lie down in Shavasana and relax for some time with deep breathing. This posture helps to stretch the entire back and tones up the abdominal organs. Digestion is improved and body metabolism speeded up. Abdominal fat is also burnt away. Patients of hypertension and back troubles should avoid Paschimottanasana. Bhujangasana. Lie down in the face-prone Unmukhasana with your hands by your sides. Bend both your elbows and place the palms on the ground by the side of your chest. Slowly lift your head and then raise your chest until your arms are as straight as possible. Feel the awareness of the bending at the lumbar region. After a few seconds, relax and bring your chest and head down, touching the ground with your chin. Release your hands and then relax in the Unmukhasana. Repeat the practice at least 2 more times for maximum benefit to the muscles of the lower back and posterior region. This practice helps tone up the muscles of the entire posterior region and redistribute any fat from the hip and lower back region. Dhanurasana. From Unmukhasana, fold both your knees and catch hold of the feet with the respective hands. Raise your head and chest and also the thighs by tugging on the hands and legs so that your entire spine is arched backwards like a bow. Look up and feel the stretch in the entire back. Hold for a few seconds and then relax back in the face-prone posture. Dhanurasana massages all the abdominal organs and restores proper function to the digestive system. Repeat the Dhanurasana at least 2 more times for the maximum benefit. Do not do this posture if you suffer from any diseases of the liver or kidneys, as the intense pressure may be too much for the weak organs. Surya Nadi Pranayama. Sit in Vajrasana and perform Nasika Mudra with your right hand. Close your left nostril with your ring finger. Inhale slowly through your right nostril for a count of 6. Now exhale through the right nostril for a count of 6. Keep your left nostril closed at all times during the practice. Repeat the Surya Nadi Pranayama for a minimum of 9 rounds at each sitting. This pranayama helps speed up metabolism and burns up extra fat that has accumulated due to hypometabolic activity and wrong diet. With regular practice, the breath count can be increased to a 6 in and 12 out pattern. For maximum benefit, Surya Nadi Pranayama should be performed 27 rounds before breakfast, before lunch, before dinner, and before going to bed at night. The Surya Nadi Pranayama can be done from the Surya Nadi Asana, that is done from a lying down position. From the supine position, turn onto your left side with your right side dominant. Bend your left arm and use it as a pillow. After some time, the flow of the breath will slowly become a right nostril dominant flow that mimics the Surya Nadi Pranayama. This right dominant body position promotes a healthy metabolic activity even as we either rest or sleep at night. Surya Nadi Pranayama should be avoided in patients of high blood pressure and high blood sugar, as it may worsen the condition. Kukariya Pranayama. Sit in Vajrasana with the weight of your body firmly on both heels. Place your palms on the ground in front with your wrists touching your knees and the fingers pointing forward. Open your mouth wide and push your tongue out as far as possible. Breathe in and out at a rapid rate with your tongue hanging out of your mouth. After 10 to 15 rounds, relax back into Vajrasana and feel the blood flow into your abdominal area. Repeat the whole practice 3 more times. Kukariya Pranayama, the dog pant breath, is an excellent cleanser and tones up the diaphragm and the abdominal organs that are in close proximity to the diaphragm. After 10 to 15 rounds, relax back into Vajrasana and feel the blood flow into your abdominal area. Shavasana. Lie supine on the ground with your head preferably to the north, enabling your body to be in alignment with the Earth's electromagnetic field. Make sure that your head and body are in a straight line, while your hands are kept relaxed by your side with the palms facing upwards. Bring your feet together and then let your 4 feet fall away into a V shape with your heels as close together as possible. Start to consciously watch your breath by letting your awareness settle in the abdominal area. Feel the abdominal movements as your abdomen rises as you breathe in and falls as you breathe out. After a few rounds of this practice, slowly let your awareness settle at the tip of your nose. Feel the cool, inspired air flowing into your nostrils as you breathe in and become aware of the warm, expired air flowing out of the nostrils when you breathe out. Consciously regulate your breath so that the duration of the incoming and outgoing breaths is equal. The inspiration and expiration can be for a count of 4 or 6 initially, and then with practice, elongated to a count of 8 or 10. Perform at least 9 rounds of this conscious deep breathing and enjoy the relaxed sensation that spreads throughout your body. The relaxation in Shavasana can be further deepened by utilizing the Savitri Pranayama to relax and rejuvenate your body, emotions, and mind. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 6. Hold in the breath for a count of 3. Breathe out through your nose for a count of 6. Finally, hold the breath out for a count of 3. Make sure that you are breathing in and out through both nostrils and that you are using the complete yogic breathing. Perform at least 9 rounds of this combination practice that heightens the relaxation to a very deep level. Shavasana is a relaxing and energizing posture in which the body, emotions, and mind are united in the process of conscious relaxation. 15 minutes of Shavasana, properly performed, is equal to more than 1 hour of refreshing sleep. Spanda Nishpanda Kriya. This practice is done from Shavasana using the yogic concept of Spanda and Nishpanda, which means the coupling of tension and relaxation. We consciously tense different parts of our body as much as possible and then relax them to the maximum in a step-by-step manner. This produces a better relaxation response than the mere attempt to relax without putting in the initial effort of tension. Lie down in a comfortable supine Shavasana with your entire body in a single straight line. After a few seconds of relaxation in this position, start to tense your entire body, part by part, from your toes up to the top of your head, until every part of your body is as tense as possible. Hold this 100% tension state of Spanda for a few seconds. Let all the muscles of your entire body be as tense as possible. At the peak of the tension, just let go and immediately relax your entire body 100%. This is the state of Nishpanda. Enjoy this relaxed state and with conscious awareness, continue to watch your breath as it comes in and goes out of your nose. Repeat this practice again by tensing up your entire musculoskeletal system to the state of Spanda and hold it for a few seconds. When ready, let go completely and enjoy the Nishpanda state for a few minutes. To complete the practice, repeat the Spanda Nishpanda Kriya a third time. Be aware of how all your muscles relax in this practice because the relaxation is deepened when it is contrasted with tension. This practice is a boon for those suffering from psychosomatic, stress-induced, and stress-aggravated disorders such as hypertension, diabetes, asthma, insomnia, peptic ulcers, and bowel disorders. It is also useful for patients of musculoskeletal problems such as neck pain, back pain, and arthritis. Om Japa. Take up any meditative posture and start to perform the Savitri Pranayama in a 6x3 or 8x4 rhythm. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3. Make an audible pranava Om in the Bindu Nadi. With japa ajapa, make silent intonation of the pranava Om, concentrating at the same point. Do not let the mind waver away from either a conscious repetition of the mantra Om as japa or as the silent ajapa.